Hello, Astra here. And before I even start talking about the subject matter today, I'm being guided to use my energy balancing drum a little bit. So I'm just going to do that right now. I'll show you the drum first. The drumstick. It's an African drum. And he came to me a few years back, and he is specifically for balancing energy. Okay. Okay. Sometimes I just need that in the middle of a hectic work day or week or onslaught or whatever. Um, so yeah, here I am, and I'm guided to talk to you a little bit about animal abundance for your business and what that means. So, little history about me and animal energy is that really I've been an animal communicator all my life. I didn't necessarily know that's what it was called when I was, really young. But I've always felt this extreme connection to and with animals, and I could always feel their power, and that each animal has their own unique power and unique gifts that they offer humans. And um, so I always have had this connection, but fast forward to, I believe it was the summer of 1994, and I was in grad school, and I think just taking one or two summer classes, maybe just one, and had a lot of free time, and it was a very kind of free form, really fun period of my life. I was in a little band, and we played this open stage every Sunday, and we'd get together once or twice a week to practice. And every night I wrote a lot of poetry, and just was always, hanging out with bunches of people and just having fun. And there started to be these drum circles around town, and I want to say that that was the first time. It wasn't the first time I had made music, or even kind of used something as a as a percussion instrument. But it was my first experience, I think, with being in a group of people and playing drums and getting into this hypnotic state. In my mind, I didn't even really kind of know that it was called a healing circle at the time. But there was that going on, and then one day, this guy named E, he went by E, it was really his first initial, but that was his name at the time. Um, he came over this one summer afternoon, and there was a few of us just kind of hanging out and relaxing and having fun. And he said, "Oh, I brought this deck of cards." he was talking to me specifically. He said, my sister loaned me these cards, and I was looking at them and reading about them, and I thought of you. And he handed them to me, and they came with a book, and they were called medicine cards. Now, probably a lot of you watching this video know these cards or have these cards or have seen these cards, and what they are the deck. Each card is a different totem animal, and the book talks about the animal medicine that it brings, sort of in the Native American tradition. So kind of like the wisdom and the teachings and the healing powers that that particular animal brings into the lives of humans. And it had a way with using the cards to kind of divine what your particular set of personal totem animals were. Um, as far as the directions, it was north, south, east, west, above, below, and within. So I went through, and of course I was like, these are the coolest cards in the world, and I just kind of like read the whole book, read about each card, memorized them. My friends and I had so much fun, picking cards and kind of doing these readings and all this stuff, and it was like it just clicked, and it was just so funny because between that and the free-flowing creativity and the drum circles, little did I know. Oh, and plus that was around the same time that this really sweet couple that owned this little corner health food store got me into flower essences, which the Bach flower remedies, which help with like emotional, different emotional issues and challenges. And so the flower essences, the animal totems, the drumming, the poetry, the singing, it was really, it's actually making me feel a little bit teary. It was like just such a cool time um, in my life. So I'm just ultra excited to be able to bring all of that brought me so much joy then, and bring that as a shaman into my business and how I work with my soulful or soul-centered entrepreneur clients and what I call creative professionals, whether you're a writer or a public speaker or a coach or a healer or a crystal and gem reader or jewelry maker or intuitive artist, or there's so many things that fall under these categories, but it's basically, I work with um, individuals who really have a calling and a soul purpose and a message and wisdom to share with their tribe or their ideal clients or whatever you want to call it. And it's such a privilege for me to be able to bring in the gifts of my soul, um, and be able to work with you guys and help and support you in standing firm in your power and being confident and courageous and opening to grow your business and to move forward and to be visible and to be seen and heard with your message. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect with this video, but I really wasn't expecting to break down in tears. But that's what's happening, so that's that. Gotta grab a tissue. Okay, so anyway, so about the animals. So what's really so amazing is that, and what's really cool about owning and running a soul-centered business is that as as one experiences inner transformation and receives guidance as to, the types of transformation um, that our clients are waiting to receive, and the kind of support they're waiting to receive from us. Things are always just shifting and just taking place and lining up so magically. And so at the beginning of the year with this holy cow. Woo! At the beginning of the year with this I'm sorry, this creation, well, creative creation of my new visibility school for entrepreneurs, I was guided to bring in the animal energy in a big way to the school. And so it was like, oh yeah, it was sort of, to me, it was just sort of like neither here nor there. It was just normal. Like, well, of course I'm going to work with animal energy, with my clients and students, and duh. I'm an animal channel, and I'm a shaman, and I work with personal power, and I work with the soul. So of course animals are a part of that. So I implemented that as a key ingredient in the school. However, there was a part of me that sort of like didn't realize, or somehow it wasn't like fully making itself known to me that animals were a part of how I work with clients and students. It's very odd. It's like at the same time that I'm writing the web copy, animal empowerment and animals are our greatest abundance teachers, which is true. And they connect us directly with our personal power, which is why it's so effective to work with animal energy um, when you when you have a business and you want to grow and expand and receive more money and more clients. Yet it was like, so this guidance I was receiving and implementing, I was just doing it, but my conscious mind somehow was not fully privy to what was going on. and and I guess it kind of makes sense, like things just sort of like reveal themselves to you and crystallize in their own time. So it was just this past week, and luckily we're not too far into the year yet, because this is a huge piece of how I work with clients and of my new school, and I want to be able to talk about it in a coherent way. So anyway, this past week, it did sort of. I woke up. I want to say it was. I think it was Thursday. I woke up on Thursday, and today is Monday, so it was really recently. With like this full knowledge of the way I support my business clients in making more money and having more abundance is through the empowerment of animal energy, or what has started to call itself animal abundance. Um, so, and it really just makes sense. It really, really just makes sense, because as I was saying about the animal totems or spirits or power animals, or animal helpers or animal guides, I kind of go back and forth between all of those, different ways of saying it, but it's all the same thing. And even not just animal spirits, but physical animals, we are definitely, powerful abundance teachers. We can, simply by studying their behavior, we can apply that to our own lives, and how we are in business, and how we run our business, and in how we work with clients. And it's just it offers a direct connection to our personal power, and to our unique gifts, and to our inner wisdom. And that is why animals are here on earth. So, for instance, if you're just talking about animal guides, like I said, there's the totem animals that go with different directions, and the different directions in Native American teachings mean different things in different aspects of your life. You know, like relationships and emotional, um, energy and um, you know, uh, I don't even, I can't think of any of a lot of them right now. Um, and it's a huge topic that I couldn't hope to cover in a short video, but I'll sip of coffee here to recover my speaking voice. Mm. So, um, in that same way that different animal totems and guides apply to different aspects of our lives and our personalities, I've uncovered and been given information regarding how different animal guides can support us within our business, and the four main aspects that I've been working with. I'm always open to more revealing themselves, but these are huge chunks and really cover a lot. So these four aspects and where we can make use of our animal guides in that particular category are business and abundance, that's one, vitality, two, third one is voice, and the fourth one is visibility. So business and abundance really applies to a lot of the kind of practical aspects of how we run our business, um, you know, how we choose to market, what we're doing, or the decisions we're making really, in order to bring in more abundance, which in most cases means more money, because since we're still using money in our society, money really can power all abundance in our lives. And whether it's we want a new house or we want a new car, or we want money in order to be able to fund a charity, or start a charity, or start a nonprofit, or to give to our favorite charity, or money to help put our children through college, or money to um, um, pay for, an elder's um, nursing home, you know, costs or rental or whatever it is. I mean, obviously, for pretty much, you know, not for everything, but for many things, you do need money. So what the animal guide in that category can do is to connect us with our power in that category. So it will help us. It will strengthen and empower our business savvy, um, and our decision making in business, um, without us having to really like think about it a lot. And that's the cool thing about the animal energy, is that it helps bring our energy into alignment and balance, in whatever area that it's helping us with. And would it help to have a little picture of that animal, nearby, near your desk? Sure, of course. Would it help to um, say thank you to that animal? Yes, absolutely. Does it help to take a few minutes each day to connect with your animal guides and just sort of sit and feel their presence and just hold gratitude for their gifts of empowerment? Yes, absolutely. But it doesn't take a lot of energy, and their their guidance and their support is working at all times. Your job is to become aware of your animal guides. And they can shift and change. That's the other thing. In my school, we start off each month with listening to the power animal meditation to see if our guides are the same or if they've shifted. And then you can learn, about your new animal guides and the kind of strengths that they will bring. Um, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they stay for a while and don't change. Mine personally change every few days, but I'm so tapped in, so connected with all animals that it's just a normal part of my life to check in, every day or every 2 days, like, oh, because I can feel something shifting. And but if you've never worked with animal energy, or if you've only worked with it a little bit, um, believe me, checking in with your animal guides, becoming more aware of them, and discovering your new ones each month. Holy cow, it's so powerful. That's a lot, going from almost nothing to monthly. And we check throughout, more often periodically than that as well. But that's like my solid, it absolutely week one of the month is, the animal empowerment guides, time to shine and and discover whether we still have the old ones or if any new ones have come in, and what they mean in our lives and businesses. So anyway, so yes, it's a huge part of how we work together. So that was the business and abundance category. So the next is vitality. And what I mean by that is, because soul-centered entrepreneurs like us are such sensitive beings that are so sensitive to energy and who can feel shifts and transformations so strongly, it's really important to be really connected to our life force. This helps us be more firmly grounded in our bodies, because I know from experience as a sensitive and spiritual person that it's kind of tempting and fairly easy to kind of like get really floaty and, kind of like not always want to be firmly planted on earth. Either that, or even like get really heady and mental, as opposed to, performing our actions from a place of being grounded. So our vitality is our life force, our life essence, and it keeps us in our body, keeps us grounded, which actually makes for a much firmer foundation from which to run our business. Um, I'm a little distracted and laughing because I don't know if you could hear these scratching noises in the background. Maybe you can hear them. But of course, I forgot to turn my phone ringer off. I'm just going to let that ring rather than... This is the moment of distraction. The phone's ringing, and these scratching noises are my lizard, who's over a foot long, and with a big, long, spiky tail, and his name is Silver. And while I'm doing these things, he sometimes gets really excited, and he starts what's called glass dancing. So he like puts his feet up on the glass of his enclosure, and he's like dancing back and forth like that. Oh, now he's just looking at me like, stop talking about me. No, he likes it. But okay, so that's vitality. Funny how all the distractions happened. But, what? I don't want to be in my body. No, firm foundation for a stronger and more empowered business. And then the next category is voice. And voice is huge. Voice is huge. So many people are not connected to their voice. And what do I mean by voice? I mean physical voice, yes, but also your inner messenger, your truth. Really, the vehicle for communicating your message, which is connected to your soul purpose and why you're here in this body, in this lifetime on Earth. The way in which you're going to communicate your message. It's so you can see, voice is a humongous aspect of, if you're going to be in business, you've got to be connected with this, because if you're not connected, and say you're not fully connected with your voice, yet you're going forward with your business, and you still tweet and blog and vlog and everything about your message, but you're not firmly connected with your voice. There's like like a fogginess around it, or a residue, or you're a lack of clarity, or you're not kind of feeling confident about it. Then you will not be heard by as many people. You will not be heard by your entire tribe. So you can see how being empowered in the area of your voice is imperative for the growth and abundance of your business. So, and finally, of course, da 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 da, the fourth aspect is visibility. So we work with your animal empowerment in the area of your visibility, and of course being visible. If you've watched any of my previous videos, when I say being visible, again, even if you've been, writing newsletters and blogging and, Facebook posting and tweeting and doing all that stuff, if you haven't been receiving the results that you desire, there's a part of you on the inside that has not said yes in a conscious way to being visible. There is still something in you that is keeping this curtain drawn in front of you, that you're going through the actions. You have a business, you have the basis for your business, you pretty much know what you want to do, you pretty much know who you want to help, and you're getting it out there through your actions, but there's still that you like that? And I will tell you, as soon as I uncovered the fact that I myself had not firmly said a loud, resounding yes to being seen and heard in my business, I hadn't said a full yes to my visibility. When I realized that and knew that saying yes to my visibility was my most abundant next step, holy mackerel, like it seriously opened a billion doors. Suddenly I had people contacting me, wanting to talk about doing, some sort of partnership or project together, or, did I want to be part of their virtual retreat, or, or write an article for their magazine, or um, somehow be some sort of joint venture partner. Um, I know that there's a couple things also that happened, and I'm missing them or forgetting them, but it was just like boom, 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 and it happened all within such a short period of time. I was just like, I said yes to being visible, and the floodgates opened. It was like, oh my God. So be prepared for good things to happen. In school with me, we do prepare for good things to happen. Um, because even if they're good and great and wonderful and all that we've dreamed of, um, it's a lot of energy. So this being supported by the animal energy, and being empowered in that way, really does build this. It sort of sets the stage and builds this foundation, to make it easier for you to welcome in success, because you're there with your solid foundation, and and you're ready. Um, and even if it, and in the school, since we go, on a kind of a monthly schedule, it doesn't have to happen in this huge sort of like bombastic sort of way. We become empowered, more empowered every month, and we open more each month, and we take our next abundant steps each month, and we open more to our visibility each month. So it's a really awesome, beautiful, sort of gentle spiraling cycle, moving forward, and growing with the times. And cycles are very important. Um, to kind of honor your own inner cycle, and to be aware of the cycle of the universe, and what's happening at that particular time, and going with the flow rather than against it, or trying to create a different flow, because really when you're just kind of moving with it, um, again, that paves the way, that sets the stage for more doors to open. Um, and that's really what the animals do too. In their own lives, they're not, with the exception of the salmon who swims upstream, they're not trying to go against the flow or to go against nature. They are nature, right? So they're in flow continuously, and they're in their natural rhythm continuously. And I could go on for another 25 years about how amazing animals are and how much they have to teach us, and how excited they are to be here and to fulfill one of their jobs on earth, which is to support us, um, in going with our own natural rhythms, and support us in being strong, and support us in being empowered, and embodying our truth, and just simply being who we are, and having that be the abundant, awesome reason that we are successful in our businesses. So, just taking a moment to thank the animals, and taking a moment to thank you for um, being with me during this really um, revealing video, revealing to me, as to how passionate I am, my own shamanic gifts, and being able to work with animal energy as a way of supporting you in the strongest way possible. Um, yeah, so that's it, and I would love to hear your feedback about the video. If you had any realizations or the aha moments or anything, maybe it sparked something about an animal experience in your life, or a time when um, an animal, whether in spirit or energy or physically, was of great support to you. I would love to hear. So, leave comments below, or you can um, message me on Facebook if you're on Facebook, or email me at astra@abundantsoulsoferarth.com. And if you want to read about my new school that has all this awesome animal stuff, as well as a million other awesome things, um, the school is called Abundant Awesome University, YOU University. And there's a tab on my website to click Abundant Awesome University. And the website is www.abundantsoulsoferarth.com. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. Bye.